Hey guys, it's Catherine from 85th and Pine, and today I'm going to be talking about whether or not you need to buy the compact air filter for your Glowforge. I've had a lot of questions on whether or not it's necessary to buy this compact air filter, so I figured I'd do a video on it. Now this is the one I bought. I bought it back in October of 2020 with my basic model, and just to cut to the chase, I don't think it's necessary at all if you can vent out a window. So the main reason I bought it was because we have a small townhome that we live in and we're connected to neighbors, and the only window I could really vent out of was my front window next to my front door, and I really just didn't think it was going to work well because we're connected to neighbors and I didn't want to bother them with the venting system. So that's why I bought this, thinking it would be better. Because if you buy the compact air filter, you can put your Glowforge machine wherever you want in your house, wherever there's an outlet, which is really nice and convenient. But I think the cons outweigh the pros in this situation. So this was $1,000, and I think that was extremely expensive, especially for something like this. I could have used that $1,000 to upgrade to a Plus model or even put it towards a Pro model, which is what I would prefer. But at the time, I was just thinking the basic would work best for me, and I do like the basic machine, don't get me wrong with that, but I just wish I didn't waste the money on this, which is $1,000. And also, I had to replace the cartridges inside, which is another added cost that you have to think about. Once it fills up, you have to get replacement cartridges, and those are about $250. At least that's what it was at the time when I purchased it. And I had to replace mine after about 2 weeks. It was during the holiday season, and I was very busy at that time, having a lot of orders coming in. I was using my machine all day long pretty much. So it was probably more frequent than I normally would have changed it out. But if you get that busy and you have to change it every 2 weeks, it gets very expensive. So at that point, I realized, okay, this is not going to work for me financially. So it also depends on what materials you use as far as how quickly this fills up, because acrylic, I believe, fills up the filter more than plywoods and stuff like that. So it depends on that. It depends on how often you use your machine to replace the cartridge. So the next point I want to bring up is if you vent out your window, I would highly recommend getting an inline fan to help significantly reduce the noise, and it helps reduce the odor as well. And that's a fraction of the price of a compact air filter. I have a video on my YouTube channel that I'll link in the description box below on setting up an inline fan, and the one I recommend. And I just bought it on Amazon like a lot of people do. And like I said, that has to be vented out the window, so it's not like you can put that in the middle of your living room or anything. It has to be vented out the window as well, but it helps reduce the noise and the odor, which is a huge thing for that. So I would highly recommend that. If you have a window you can vent out of in your house or apartment, wherever you live, I would highly recommend just doing that and getting the inline fan instead of buying a compact air filter. Obviously, it's your decision. You can do whatever you want, but this is just my personal opinion, and I wish I knew ahead of time so I could save $1,000 plus, because it was just a lot of money to spend on something like this, in my opinion. So I hope that was helpful for you. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. If you do buy this filter, it's really easy to use, and there's only one button on the back of it, and you put your hose on here and connect it to your machine. And like I said, you can put it wherever you want in your house, wherever there's an outlet, but it's very loud, very expensive, and that's pretty much what it would do for me. I wouldn't want to spend this much again, and I wouldn't want to spend that much on the replacement filters. So if you have or are planning on buying a Glowforge, please feel free to use my referral code that's listed in the description box below on where you can get money off. Plus I would get credits too, which me and my family truly appreciate. And like I said, reach out to me if you need anything, and thanks for watching.